Hi, my love. Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be your TCM or the Cackling Moon reading. I'm really excited that you booked this one because this is my little special to you guys when I do these fall theme readings. So let's see what decks I want to use. I think I'm going to work with the Halloween Tarot. I'm just obsessed with it. I don't know if I'm going to work with the Bohemian Gothic. But definitely the Halloween, definitely the Madame Endoras fortune cards. Those are just like my favorites. Let's pull a Halloween card out. Why not? I need another tarot deck though because we're going to be doing the chakras. So for the chakras, let's do, what deck should we use? Which one have I not been using? Ooh, let's do, the zombie. No, I've done zombie. Sorry guys, I can't decide. I'm having a hard time deciding. We could do the ghost. We can do the ghost tarot too. Okay. So the Cackling Moon reading it's a plethora of different things that we're going to just include into one single reading. I'm going to be doing your energy, a channeled energy message, spirit guide, your chakras, and also answering your single question that you have. So, I'm just going to jump right into it. Woo! I knew that was going to happen. That's why I was ready to catch you. So we're just going to dive in. I'm going to start with, I really want this to show more of the table and less of, okay. I'm going to start it with the channeled portion. So, light this candle. Ooh, smells so good. Okay. Okay, so first thing that I'm seeing is spirits showing parting waters, okay? So they're showing a path, the parting of the water, the parting of the sea, that kind of thing. But there's a path, there's a hidden path there. What I'm seeing is that you need to learn to divide your time. I feel like Spirit is saying learning to divide your time in order to see the path ahead. That there is a way out of a situation that you've got yourself caught up in, is what I'm feeling they're saying. Your aura's coming up as really yellowy, okay? Yellow to me is the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus rests at your stomach area, your belly, right above where the belly button is. That's your solar plexus. It's kind of like your health meter. It is your joy, your whatever, everything that makes you happy, the way you feel, the gut instincts, all of the above. But I also say it's your health meter too. So when you're not feeling well, you tend to feel it first in your gut, then everywhere else. But your aura being yellowy is telling me, but it's kind of like an off yellow. So I'm seeing it kind of like, I was really drawn to my little hand here. He's not necessarily yellow, but to me it gave me that impression of an off yellow. It's kind of like a muddy yellow, if that makes sense. So I'm taking it to say as there's joy in your life and there's things that make you happy, but you're not completely embracing all of that. Like you're not embracing the full potential of what your life can be. The fact that I was seeing water and the water parting the way for your path shows me that you're being buried in emotions right now. Because water is emotions for me. And the fact that I'm seeing the water having to part ways, you needing to divide your life, like I said earlier, is kind of like you need to find your way around all of these emotions. You tend to bury yourself in emotions. I don't know if it's a form of escape for you. You don't want to deal with certain things or feel certain things. So you'd rather just kind of drown in your emotions. This could also develop or be a sign of you being super moody, super emotional, so very sensitive kind of a person. I don't know if you're a water sign, or if water is heavy in your birth chart. But definitely watery, a lot of water in your energy, in your aura energy. What else am I getting? Okay, so I'm hearing cat. They're seeing cat. I don't know if you have a pet cat, do cats play an important role for you? It could also be a spirit animal that is around you, or an animal guide, I should say. That is a feline. It could be a cat that has passed, but for some reason there's a cat. I also take this to mean this. I think you find peace and calmness with your pets. That animals just bring you a sense of calm. It's like there's no pressure when it comes to animals. You don't have to like what's the word I'm looking for? Like you don't have to like put on a performance, you know what I mean? Like you just do your thing with the animals and they will love you and accept you no matter what. You don't have to do anything special for them. Whereas humans and people, like we have to kind of, entertain. That's the word I'm looking for. We have to entertain. So I feel like you find a lot of peace around animals, and for some reason cats is a big one for you. Okay, and driving is another thing too. Driving is a way for you to escape. And they're also kind of saying like be willing to travel or travel longer distances for work perhaps. Like stepping outside of your bubble, stepping outside of what you were once really comfortable with. The unknown, that's what they're showing me. Like the unknown is another one. I feel like when you're starting a path, it's almost like you want to see the end result before you even do the path. Almost like you don't trust yourself. So I feel like what happens here with the parting of the waters and the pathway being more visible for you. Ooh, I'm sorry, my nose is starting to get really plugged up. I'm still getting over a sickness. When the path is being revealed to you, you're being asked to not immediately want to see the end result. You have to go through a journey and not know what to expect. I really feel like that's what Spirit's saying for you. I definitely feel like you have a feline spirit guide. I feel like they're coming to you in the form of an animal, and I feel like that's for sensitivity reasons. Like I feel like it's kind of like you're not going to be as intimidated by seeing an animal or knowing that there's a spirit animal around you versus literal spirit, or thinking about literal spirit being around you. Oh, so we have black cat that came up. I love it. Oh my God. And then we also have the golem, which is a close friend acts on your behalf. So yeah, you definitely have a cat on the other side. Could be a black cat, but a cat nonetheless. Your luck will soon change. So they're coming forward as a spirit guide. But they're basically kind of revealing that your luck will soon change. Things are going to change. Your path will be opening up. I feel like the waters are parting. You need to just get a little bit more control over your emotions is what I'm seeing. So let's see what else your spirit guide is having to say, because they're coming through now. And it's also saying a close friend acts on your behalf. This could be a literal friend coming to your aid within the next, month or so, perhaps. But this could also reveal that your spirit guide wants you to know that they are your friend, that they are there to support you and to back you up no matter what. So you do have a really nice omen here of some amazing stuff happening in the future. We have the Hierophant. So your spirit guide has that energy of being a teacher, being a protector, being somebody in authority, okay? They're showing themselves as a Hierophant energy. So your spirit guide is someone of authority, somebody who is, they're there to guide you. They're very much, they're experienced. And they're used to having people looking up to them and seeking them for answers and whatnot. So your guide wants you to do that. But they're also revealing themselves to you in the form of a cat, because perhaps this is a softer energy that you are able to tolerate versus imagining them as like literally a golem. I mean, I would rather see the cat than that. You know what I mean? They're also revealing that there's an Ace of Imps and a Queen of Bats. So they are most likely a feminine figure, a female, with the Queen card coming up. The Ace of Imps, they are all about new beginnings. So they're here, they really come through for you when you're on the beginning of a path. But it's a wand suit, which is the passionate stuff. And that's like what I was talking about with your what's it called, your solar plexus, your gut instincts and whatnot. You're really being called to do things and to live a life that is more surrounded by your inner peace and happiness. Taking initiative for yourself, okay? Taking initiative. So we have dawn and death. I love it. So the dawn is the light after the darkness. So you're definitely coming out of a darker patch in your life. You're seeing the path come through. So if you're asking, I think you were asking that too in your email. Let me read it. You feel like you've been in a roadblock for some time. You want to see what the future looks like if you can get your life back together. So yeah, you've definitely been going through some sort of dark times, okay? A dark patch, but your cards are revealing the path will be there for you to see. And also the dawn, the sun is coming out, basically. Then there's death. The eternal cycle begins here. So I love it. Death is a card of change and transformation for you. So there is a transformation. There is a new beginning with that Ace card coming up. Taking initiative is important for you, but also organizing your emotions. You drowning in emotions is what's catching you, which is causing you to be delayed, I feel. But also you gotta take initiative in your life with things that truly make you happy versus things that you think you're supposed to do. That's a big one, I feel, for you. Okay, so let's look into your chakras. For the chakras, I'm going to pull an oracle card and a tarot card for each of the 7 chakras to just kind of go through that for you. And then the last portion of the reading will be me answering the initial question, even though I feel part of it was answered through your spirit guide. But we'll dive in deeper with that. So let's pull for your 7 chakras. So we're going to pull for the root chakra first. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all out on the table. All right. So we're going to do the root, the sacral, the solar, the heart, throat, third eye, crown. Okay. Let me move these guys out of the way. Okay, so the root chakra, this is what grounds you, how you stay rooted. Wow, the golem came up again. So your spirit guide. A close friend acts on your behalf. And then you also got the Ace of Cups. So this is your emotions. Your root chakra shows emotions. This is where, like I said earlier, you drown in your emotions. You allow your emotions to get the better of you. You're a very sensitive person, okay? You probably feel other people's energies. You probably don't know how to deal with people's energies or emotions. And so it just like, you probably absorb it all and you don't know what to do with it. Your spirit guide is coming forward to say that they're there to help you get through that. The slush, I feel like that's what I heard, the slush. And that's what your foundation is looking like right now with that Ace of Cups, slushiness. I feel like you are, you're not as grounded as you should be. And I feel like your foundation right now is slushy. It's mushy. It's muddy because your emotions, your sensitivities are all over the place. So you want to get a kind of a footing on it, and you want to kind of organize it. I see that the chalice or the cup as kind of like a need to put your emotions somewhere else. So you want to kind of pile it up in the cup rather than having it like all over the ground and then you're like sinking in it. You know what I mean? So becoming more organized with your emotional state. And you can kind of accomplish that by meditations. You can accomplish that by just addressing what is causing these emotional outbursts with you. What is triggering you? What is, you know, what are ways that you can release other people's problems and not take it on as your own. Those are, you know, different lessons for you to dive into and to discover. Next, we have the sacral. So the sacral chakra is your your creative state, your ability to create. It's your sexual energy. It's your passions. And so we have the chalice, rejuvenation and fulfillment. We also have the magician. So beautiful. You have the ability to create, okay? You have it within you. You are able to take charge and do so. The magician card is a beautiful card to receive for the sacral chakra. The rejuvenation and fulfillment is also saying like making sure that your cup is full, okay? So you don't want to run low on energy. You don't want to run low on passions, motivations, that kind of thing. So you need to keep feeding yourself. This is, you know, feeding yourself literally by maintaining a healthy diet, drinking enough water, all of the above, but also being physically fit in a way that's comfortable for your body, but also not just like the physical and all, and not that just the eating and all that, but it's also the spiritual. Maintaining a spiritual, like, you know, like when you have to put gas in your car when it's running on empty, you got to do the same thing for your own personal energy. And so that's what I'm seeing with the sacral chakra, is that when you tend to run on empty more so than you do on a full tank. And so when you're running on empty with your sacral chakra, you're not feeling sexually connected. Maybe you just lack the desire for sex and you know, that kind of thing. Lack of creativity, lack of like just a motivation or purpose. So we want to make sure that we get you to a point where you are just, you know, filling up the tank when you need to. And like I said, you could do that with healthy eating, healthy diet, exercise, or whatever it is that your body is craving. Intuitive eating is a good thing too. So if your body is craving certain nutrients, feed yourself. But also not just with the eating aspect, it's also the spiritual. It's like, you know, if you're craving a meditation, meditate. If you're craving outdoors, go out in nature. You need to really tap into what it is your body is asking you. Solar plexus chakra, this is, like I said, the joy meter and the health meter. So you have seduction, passion, and romance await. And then you have the lovers, really powerful combo here. So I don't know if you're in a relationship or not. If you are, you know, this could be spicing it up, okay? Spicing that that sexual energy. If you're filling up your cup, you're definitely going to be feeling more connected in that way. But also, to me, is your love life, your spiciness of the love life is what brings you joy. If you're single, this can actually be an omen of love coming your way, or the fulfillment of that. This could also be the fulfillment of self-love. So we could look at it that way too. But also I feel like with the seduction card is learning to kind of like learning to please yourself, you know, bring joy into your life that you like rather than waiting for somebody else to fulfill that void. Okay. Your heart chakra. So your heart chakra is how you feel, how you love other people, and how you allow yourself to be loved. So we have the sun, your perseverance is rewarded. Beautiful. And you also have the Queen of Pumpkins. So she's all about nurturing the earthly elements, that kind of thing. So what I'm seeing here is, again, a need for self-love, but your heart chakra looks pretty strong, okay? You have a big heart. You care about a lot of people, which is probably why you constantly are drowning in your emotions, because you are feeling everybody and you are like allowing yourself to absorb everybody's issues and problems and stuff. And it's like you kind of have to learn to tend to your own needs and understand that you cannot always solve everybody else's issues, okay? So for overall, the heart chakra looks pretty strong and healthy. But I do think that there is a need for a little bit more self-love in that department for you. Throat chakra. So throat chakra is the way that you communicate, the way you speak your truth. You have the wizard. Use your skills to aid others. Beautiful. So the power of voice, the power of communication, that's strong within you. And then the three of pumpkins, which is rebuilding and reconstructing. So I feel like right here, this is saying that your voice has the ability to heal other people. This could be through song. Maybe you you have a beautiful singing voice, or you just like to communicate. You know how to express yourself. Maybe you have people who tell you their secrets. If you're an empath, which I feel like you are, technically, we are sponges for that. So we tend to have like complete strangers tell us their life story. So if you experience a lot of that, definitely your throat chakra is strong. But it's almost like, what are you doing with it? So I feel like this is kind of like that three of pumpkins is showing a need to create within your throat chakra area. So if your strength is communication, doing readings for people, communicating with people, what is your day job, if you're utilizing your voice all the time, if you're doing self-expression and whatnot, I feel like it's to rebuild people, to strengthen them. So like a motivational speaker type thing, or just being that friend that people know they can go to help them through a hard time. So really beautiful. Like, I love that you got the wizard card for that, because it just shows that you have the magic in your voice. Third eye chakra. So third eye chakra is the psychic chakra, or it's like your intuitive chakra. It's your ability to see beyond the layers of life. You have the fire card. Reckless actions lead to conflict. And then you also have the five of bats, which can be a very conflict card too. The five of bats can also be feeling left out. It could be drama, that kind of thing. The five of swords. So that's what the five of bats is. So this is a warning, okay? Your third eye chakra is a warning. I feel like it's kind of like maybe you're being warned to utilize your intuition more and to trust your intuition more to get you out of, certain sticky situations. Don't be paying so much attention to the ego, which the bat suit, the sword suit, is all about the ego, the mind. Overthinking things, when you overthink things, it's just kind of like you miss the point. And you're just so psyched out on the little details that sometimes don't really matter, that you forget the whole point of what you were supposed to do in the first place. So then it's kind of like it's delayed. So that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing there. So I feel like your third eye chakra, your third eye definitely needs a little bit more tender love and care, some TLC. I feel like you need to just kind of be more mindful of making choices based on your intuition, trusting it more, allowing your intuition to take kind of like the center stage a lot of times in your life. And also just like, don't get sucked into the drama, as an empath, we kind of do get sucked into dramas because people include us in that, and people are always telling us their secrets and whatnot. Sometimes you can't solve problems, and you have to understand that you cannot solve everybody's situation. Okay. Crown chakra. The crown chakra is like the telephone line to spirit. It's your faith as well. So we have the unicorn, good fortune and friendship. Beautiful. And then you also have the Queen of Imps or the Queen of Wands. So your crown chakra is really strong. I feel like you definitely have that ability to sense and to connect with other beings or spirit and whatnot. But the unicorn is kind of like, it fantasizes it. So maybe that's why your spirit guide coming up as Gollum, but also a cat, is kind of like saying that you do well with more mystical, mythical, or softer creatures than you would, a literal spirit or apparition of something, or shadows or whatever. I also feel like your crown chakra with the Queen of Imps, she's all about a trendsetter and she does her own thing. She's very passionate. So I feel like your spirituality is where you're going to get a lot of your passions, a lot of your shit done is going to happen through your spiritual path. So if that path is strong, you're probably going to see like all other areas of yourself become a little bit more stronger. So I would say your spirituality needs a little bit more of attention, and do a little bit more with it, and so that it influences other areas of your life. But other than that, my love, you have really beautiful chakras. Really don't see anything wrong with any of them, except for maybe the third eye, your intuition, and your ability to kind of see beyond. Like, that one needs a little bit of work. I would say also the root chakra, like I said, that slushiness with drowning in the emotions and that kind of thing. But that's something that your guide can also help you get through too. So your root chakra and your third eye are the two that I would say you need a little bit more help with in that area. Okay, let's do the question. So the other part of the Cackling Moon reading is you get to ask a single question for a tarot reading. So that's what we're going to do. I didn't even use the ghost tarot. That's okay. Okay, so your question, like I said, it is you feel like you've been in a roadblock for some time and you want to see what the future holds. What does it look like? And if you can get your life back together. So let's look at the future. Now, keep in mind that anything in the future tense is subject to change based on your present actions. Nothing is set in stone, okay? And I'm not looking super far into the future. Like, this is just maybe within a year's time, okay? So anything major coming up in the future. Anything major coming up in the future. So you have the Six of Wands, beautiful. The Ten of Wands and the Five of Bats. So stuff coming up with the future. First off, the Six of Wands is telling me that there's going to be some successes, okay? There will be some successes with things that you do. Also, people will be taking notice of you, so you might be receiving lots of compliments randomly one day, or people will just be taking notice of things that you do. You're going to be getting some random attention. Learn to accept that. Like, learn to embrace the attention instead of, finding faults in it or thinking that they're lying to you, that kind of thing. Ten of Wands reveals some uphill battles on the way in the future. So there is going to be, some not tragic. Oh my God. There is going to be some trying times for you, where you're going to feel like you've got too much on your plate. So let this be a guide for you. Don't let this scare you, but let this be a guidance for you that try not to pile so many things on top of each other for you to do. You need to learn to reprioritize for the future so that you don't feel this, wave of like, I can't handle it. I can't deal, And then the Five of Bats to me is like, stay out of drama. And also there might be a couple people that might not be the most trustworthy in your friendship circles. Like, I always take a Five of Bats card or Five of Swords, to represent people who are backstabbing or just talking behind your back. So I would say be wary of that. That could be something like a drama related thing that might erupt sometime in the future, whether this is like a work situation thing, a toxic work situation, or something with the family. But that's also something to keep in mind, that there might be some just keep untrustworthiness. Eight of Ghosts or Eight of Cups, the Temperance, Four of Pumpkins. Let me just put the rest of them out. Page of Wands, Queen of Bats, Seven of Imps. So at the core, really at the core of your future, we have the Temperance card, which is patience, okay? Patience and balance. So I've said that before with you, needing to balance your emotions. And having patience for the outcome of things. So you will be seeing, like, to answer your question, you will be seeing your life getting back together. But there's going to have to be some lessons learned. And I feel one of those lessons is certain people. If you know who it is that's causing the drama, or if you know, that there might be people that you feel like you can't trust, your intuition is telling you it's like a warning sign, you got to learn to trust that. And don't allow those people to come through anymore. You know what I mean? Kick them out. Kick them out. Make new friends, that kind of thing. The Eight of Ghosts is stepping outside of the void. So I feel like rather than fulfilling voids in your life with like emotional eating or like any kind of toxic substance or any type of just like toxic activities that is not good for you, we want to get you out of that. So I feel like that's also something that comes up with you with that Eight of Ghosts is there's voids that you're trying to fulfill in your life, and sometimes you may not take the more positive road, and you might do things that are more self-harming to you. So that's another thing that we want to leave it in the past, because it's coming up in the past tense. And then the Four of Pumpkins in the present or the future tense, for that, at least for that row of cards, is showing like planting seeds, and waiting for the opportunity. And when the opportunity does come, you need to take it. Because the four of pumpkins can tend to be somebody who, they don't always want to take opportunities and whatnot. But I feel like in this case, start planting some seeds now to see some growth and some changes erupting in the future. So what you want to have happen, like what you want to see develop in your life, start now planting those seeds. Okay. And then you have to be patient, obviously, for the growth of that to develop. Other things coming up in the future, there could be some new people coming into your life. That Page of Wands, these are inspiring people who might bring up new ideas to the table. The Queen of Bats too, this could be somebody who might just say something that just completely inspires you or whatnot. But I feel like there's going to be some new people entering your life that you will need, though. They're going to help you move forward, because both figures are moving, they're pointing forward. And then the Seven of Imps or the Seven of Wands, I feel like the Seven of Wands is just saying don't give up, okay? Because that's usually what that card is to me. Don't give up. Even if there's like obstacles in your way, things have to be hard for a reason, but it's not going to be hard forever. So to initially answer your question, yes, you will be getting your life back together, but you kind of have to start helping yourself right now to get to that point. The Skull of Darkness came up, the blind spots. So don't be purposely trying not to see what is ahead of you, but I also feel like don't be, don't ignore the warning signs, especially with this Five of Bats. If you know someone's being shitty, don't ignore it. You know what I mean? Like, it's time that you take initiative and do something about it. But also with the blind spots is like, if you see red flags coming up in your life, don't ignore them, because it's only going to harm you later on. So it's like taking initiative and addressing certain things, people, or situations in your life that you're just tired of it, So that's one thing. And then we have Night Song, hidden talents. So there could be some hidden talents coming up for you that you're going to discover about yourself, that you're going to be able to illuminate. Okay. And then scrying your intuition. I love it. So the intuition, obviously, that's the third eye chakra that we were talking about. Strengthening that part. That's the chakra you want to strengthen, as well as the root chakra, but learning to trust your intuition more. Are you on a path of wanting to do, the readings or developing your psychic abilities? I feel like that's also something for you too. But drowning in your emotions can feel like debilitating. Is that the right word? It can make you feel like it's like it's hopeless and whatnot, but it's also a blessing in disguise for you. Being an empath, being able to feel people's emotions kind of gives you a one-up on people. You know what I mean? So learning to tackle that and learning to control that will help you through life, rather than letting it kind of cause you to not get a grip. You know what I mean? You want to tackle that and have control over it, rather than letting it control you. So other than that, my love, I think you just have a lot of good things coming up in the future. I feel like you just need to start planting some seeds now, making some better choices. If you know that there's some toxic people or situations in your life going on right now, stop turning the cheek. Okay, start addressing it. And then also know that there's going to be some major successes coming your way. And also when people give you compliments, accept it. You know, smile, tell them thank you, accept a compliment. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And then, like I said, filling your voids, finding more healthier, happier, positive reasons, ways to fill the voids rather than toxic ways. We want to kind of get you out of that, and then have patience, balance, and just have patience in this path, in this future. Don't be so eager to see the end result before you even start the journey. Okay. I hope that this helped. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Anyone who's watching, this is the Cackling Moon reading. So if you would like to book one or a different fall reading with me, click the link below, check out my website, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, loves.